good answer into the hard engage of the Rel, and then a Jax blind. Now, I think Ambessa is a good answer into the Jax, but you could also go the Chance Cassante, because that's also a good matchup that we see internationally.
What are you thinking about? There you go. He has been so comfortable with that champion. Why not just play your strongest champion? If you get any sort of lead, it might be the tipping scale for DMG. LR2-0 so far. DMG still looking for their second win. If they win right now, they're going to tie up with 2-1. Gentlemen, name tags off. What do we feel?
Name tags off?
Yeah, I gotta do it.
I actually wouldn't mind DMG's comp here.
I like DMG's comp as well, mate.
Normally, I would be kind of a sucker for the Azir Senna combo and like surrounding pieces. But Aragon would know. I used to draft this kind of comp for him all the time, like 5 years ago. But I think that this DMG comp kind of works. It deals with what little frontline there is because of the Trundle. There's a bunch of setup on CC, and they still have just about enough DPS considering there's no dedicated tank on the LR to really get through the game.
I really like the pick potential that DMG have. With the Trundle pillar into the roots from Jhin from long range, as well as the combos, I think there's a lot of different options that DMG have. I'm a big Trundle fan right now. You see it all the time in the LPL, just constantly locked in. I think this champ is incredibly broken. Whereas, and, you know, for LR, you have a lot of dive with the Wukong.
For another time, let's get on to the riff for our first game of the day. Thank you all for your patience. So we have got a level 1 plan straight away, looking to catch out CAEDREL, but the Winter's Bite on Santa Braum will deliver a present directly into the face of Karmsky.
All right, and we also got a reply right here from Jamada, who jumped on the opportunity to diss Don Jake. He says, nope, he's about 300 LP lower. All right, then.
Oof.
That's a dub for CAEDREL right there. Oh, let's see.
Direct
is he going to get one?
opposite.
Is he going to get one? He's fishing.
Hang on. One gold.
+1.
Oh, that's it. That's game over.
That's right.
That's the difference
That's right.
you needed.
Okay, it's over. Game's over.
It's like, you know, the first ward kills, when they give you that first bit of XP and it changes everything because you get the level 2, like a minion quicker or whatever. Like, that's what's going to happen now. Just that extra bit of gold. It's the long will lose 20% of his HP bar, but it doesn't really lead to all that much. Bot lane, though, I think we might be looking at a bit of a dive. Karmsky crashes down, gets some value, but a flash on forward from CAEDREL! And Flash First Blood goes to Velia there
And that's
in the bot side.
fantastic. They looked for the dive, 3 versus 2. The Jhin only has a cleanse on him, no double displacement summoner, so it was very easy for LR to just pull off that dive right there. Fantastically made.
Nice there, but Velia taking the opportunity to head straight towards that dragon and take that one down, especially as they did just see Karmsky top side. Means there's been a bit of a lane swap of the bot lane towards that top side. Bao's TPing top as well, interestingly, but it does generally mean there won't be much contest around this dragon, one would think.
I was about to say, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of the teams just swap for the sake of swapping. Like right here, Fatesky and Karmsky both have their flashes available. CAEDREL had to burn both for the dive down the bot lane, so there could be a situation where you get Trundle on their way, the flash on Baus.
Deadly Flourish was flashed away from, but there's still a pillar, no leaf strike available. Bao's counter striker just hops away again.
Towards the top side of the map with this Trundle, his bot lane is over the top side and pushing, trying to shove in that wave, trying to get some control into the river, but again, Velia playing so aggro onto this Wukong invading for the red buff.
Now red buff about to potentially go down as CAEDREL just stands there and starts autoing all the while top side. Rekkles potentially in danger as the curtains are called. CAEDREL immediately goes and makes sure the Rekkles stands behind Braum, but now Baus looking forward with the counter strike. Stun onto Lulis and the Trundle goes down for the count. Subjugate means nothing to a load of rebels from the side of Lost Return to claim the feat of warfare, and all the while Velia does go down to Chance, who goes all out and brings the Wukong low.
Push out that wave, but DMG are there first, and this will most likely be 2 Void Grubs for DMG's side.
Yeah, that's looking pretty good there. Not really seeing much of a contest, so at the very least it's going to be 2. Most likely all 3, which is good news. Getting something back here again. 3 kills to 1 down. Near enough 2,000 gold early on.
That wants to evolve through items. I feel like having a few dragons early on means that if everything goes to hell, you can still stall by having 10 extra minutes from those 2 dragons.
Yeah, and again, you are then in a fantastic position. We've already got 2 dragons. Even if you lose them, as you said, they're still just fine. Mountain Soul to work with as well would be, in fairness, pretty good for the likes of a Trundle or a Cassante if you can get a hold of it. Bausing once more between tier 2s and 3s and just whacks someone with the counter strike, trying to hop into the enemy base. Baus, where is he's going to counter strike a little bit more. The Pathmaker a little early. There is finally Baus falling, you would imagine, and Chance picks that one up all the while. Senna is shoving away that bot side, but Baus be Bausing.
wanted to see them play around that mid jungle, using the Talia, play through side lanes.
Nemesis.
Oh,
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
And he's just dead, throws the ult out as well, and is just way too overeager. And on the other side, Chance has just managed to get a solo kill under the turret onto Baus. We'll try and pick up this T1 while he can. Actually, Velia coming down with CAEDREL. Could get a bit dicey. Lula's still around, might just give it up here and give that Cassante over to the Wolves, or I suppose in this case the Monkeys. And Rekkless will get over here to help clear out the wave and probably pick up that soul from the dead.
I feel like that was a little bit misplayed by Phantom Mister right there. You know that Rel has a bunch of CC and Kalmsk actually really committed onto Baus. So that W being preemptively used right there, and then Dodds didn't really do them any favors. Taz is going to TP in, but it's too late.
Lula's just here. They really want to get something. Oh, curtains are called. Valley's going to flash. Glacial Fissure comes on. Glacial Fissure, sorry, comes on down. No Sejuani in this game. Cyclone used to buy some more time, and LR get out at the cost of a flash and a couple ults.
Yeah, and they're out. So one flash onto Velia was all that was burned right there, but you get the Cassante TP right here, right? And again, we mentioned 30 seconds, 35 seconds about on the clock.
You will die, but it just feels awful as a jungler, and you're the one that suffers. Well, at least get the Scuttle Crab, and again, may want to come and fight this TP now behind. Chance might be able to look at them. Player with only 6 days experience, looking to punish someone significantly more at this point, though it is, of course, Baus, who manages to hop around significantly more, perhaps a little bit of an overstatement when it comes to him.
I feel like this might be a free soul point for LR.
Chance?
The ultimates are not available for DMG, but they're still fighting.
Now in danger, flashing away. Rekkless gets a bit of a root as a result of a lot of his Baus flashes on him for the counter-strike. Shuffle back with the Emperor's Divide. Come and hang around a little while longer. A double to Rekkless. Back in the AD carry role and hasn't missed a shot. Phantomisto forced back under his tier 2. Valuable Warrior Trickster over the wall. Mid lane tier 1 is down. Soul point secured. Lost RATONES. It is their game to do with as they please.
I mean, when you've got a Jhin and a Talia in your team, those two ultimates are so pivotal to just creating space and taking over small choke points, creating fights, splitting up teams. And there were the two ultimates that were missing on the side of DMG. You cannot be fighting when two of your most crucial ultimates are down. They funneled in, Chance was too far forward, Alar were able to just melt him down before anyone else from
Maybe
DMG.
pick up a turret, be their first of the game, a little bit of something back, it'd be a bounty. But I am clutching at straws here. And DMG need every silver lining they can get.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a secret agent Baus right there, not moving on purpose, but no. It was a replay, sort of standing still for a second. He got that tower over on the top side of the map, and I guess this is how he died.
And that's how the Weaver's Wall came on through to punish him. He gets seismic shoved and dies as a result. But hey, gets the turret, gets the wave after. For Baus, I think he'll say struggle to find any meaningful advantage. A couple hundred gold ahead, the only member on his team to have. So it's his red buff being fought over. Kamsky going for that grand engage. Doesn't really find too much. Only trying to come through. And now the turnaround with Brawl passive rolling. Chance TPing in. CAEDREL will try to use the stand behind me to get a little bit out to safety. Fatesky turning on up as well. But now Chance in danger. Cyclone comes on through. And unfortunately, he ends up knocking into the rest of the squad. They're going to look for some more as Nemesis slides, glides, and divides. The whole of DMG for the remaining health bars. Kamsky will at least get out to safety, but they lose 3 at price of absolutely no one.
And you can see how strong Braum is when you pretty much funnel into a choke point. He gets to put his shield up and pretty much absorb anything that comes their way. LR, that was probably like the closest fights that they had. One of their closest fights. A lot of HP bars went pretty low, but I feel like DMG at this point, they're really lacking in the damage department, right? Again, 2 items completely over on LR. DMG are just hanging about on like 1.5. If you want to make an impact, if you want to throw Talia over top of that, get Cassante over in the backline. And right now it's just becoming really, really difficult for DMG to find those picks. What?
That's a Lichbane proc. Curtains are called.
I looked away for 1 second. I looked away for 1 second because I'm like, Talia's on the tower. It's fine. It's so fine.
They're going to jump onto this tier 2 now. Chance going to try and get a little bit of value. Needs to be a bit wary as CAEDREL comes on through and gives him another gift. Tries to go and stop it with the Pathmaker. Goes all out, drags him with a turret, but it's immediately interrupted by that Glacial Fissure. Fatesky coming on over, throws the thumbs up. My days. Chance nearly dies to some incidental soldier damage. Fatesky also similarly chunks Death Cap. You call it out. It's doing a massive chunk. He was on vision by a Farsight alteration. Velia's going to spot him, and that's a 3-level advantage. You don't win that one, Trundle. And Kamsky's going to have to leave his jungler out to die. Cyclone just a little bit shy. Flash away. CAEDREL debating flying over as well. Throws down a present. Merry Christmas! It's the middle of the summer. But Santa Braum don't care.
And here LR They're gonna get a very important pick. It's the guy with the smite, right? I feel like Lulas was probably trying to find a way behind, either get a pick or just hide, potentially try to steal with the smite for the mountain. Now LR is gonna get that much more durable. Add Rom on top of that. Add a bunch of all the utility that Senna brings on top of that. Add Baus with another solo kill on top of that, and LR is dominating the map.
And there's the Mountain Soul. Sure, Trundle can press R on someone. Maybe that will help a bit, but it doesn't feel like there is anything left in the tank for DMG, who are very much lacking their namesake right now.
That's a 3,000 gold lead in the jungle. A 3-level difference in the jungle. And it's just becoming so much more difficult to play those choke points, especially when Brom is there.
Trying to get a hold of Braum, but he's so damn tanky, they'll drag him all out, but he's still only lost a third of his HP. Barkovsky about to die, doesn't quite. Nemesis shuffles Phantomisto over the wall. They finally bring down the Braum, but it's at the oust. The whole cost of the entire team. A triple kill over to Velia, make it the double over to Baus as well for the full house. And Lost Ratones take absolutely no prisoners. The coach, the owner, is avenged in very short order.
And I love how everyone scattered immediately right after this fight. You see Nemesis instantly bot lane to push that wave. Mid lane, Rekkless, run back all the way down to the mid side of the map to push that wave forward. Baus over on the top side of the map, the air, literally. Here comes the Faker tempo TP as well from Nemesis. They're probably going to start Baron right after this.
No doubt that they will. Inhibitor already taken. Rekkless sticks and gets another inhibitor turret. So one exposed, one down. It's only the bot lane that remains intact. And all the while, the Baron has been started. And at this point, I don't think it'll last all that long.
Rekkless right there with the prize money triple auto. That was very much...
Lich Bane procs with Empower are really wild. We come back to life as Baus potentially in danger here. Does get shut down. Nice pick up with the subscape. Velia now coming across onto Faith. Q flashes away. Cyclone comes on down. How much more can they get done? Nemesis now looking to slide on in. Just so across the unraveled earth. Dawning Shadow coming across keeps people a little bit healthy on the side of LR, and they lose an additional member of the Weaver's Wall coming on in because in the base. Look who's shoving. It's Rekkless and CAEDREL. They're already taking turrets. Chance already low. And Phantomisto is just a phantom. A ghost in the rain, taken out in really short order. Rekkless with the double on the fountain. They continue order, shuffled off it. Even your fountain ain't safe to LR. Baus isn't alive to suicide to it. But Lost Ratones in 27 minutes put DMG to the sword.
Who knew that what we actually needed in the NLC is a literal world champion paired up with a guy who couldn't